February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
What's the judge gonna eat today? The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Yes. Have we wrangled up a fucking cowboy? Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Bro.
Nobody. Okay, he's drinking water. He's drinking water. Nobody seems particularly concerned.
Let me take my time to read the line and see if he finishes it. Looks at Edgeworth like,
wow.
Like Jesse Pinkman.
Straight to the head on the stand. Holy shit.
Early afternoon. The day is just starting. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
It's a family mixture, you know?
Ah, I see.
Like Jamie.
The herbal tea mix.
The herbal tea. Don't you worry about it. Me, partner. Well, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Stenographer's like, thank you. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly.
None of his bullshit. I mean, to be fair, after the worst witness we've ever had,
yeah,
Angel,
yeah,
I think even the patience of the judge might be being tested.
Angel, I lie. Star.
Although his belly was full, though, so, you know.
Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
This fucking gobbledygook. Witness testimony.
Day of the crime.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that old bone orchard. He said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style. Besides, room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Mm-hmm.
So you were boozing up on work hours. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
He doesn't like him. Can't say I care for your beard, but that you don't see me complaining.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Your time has come, geezer. Now draw. Note that the knife doesn't have the
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of new fandangle doohickeys are those? He's not even being very helpful. He doesn't know. How could he not know?
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? It reminds me of somebody who, like, became a cowboy for their TikTok page and is just living the lifestyle now in the middle of the city. You know?
Week number 3.
Yeah. Just living out, going out on a homestead. And then the family is like, yeah, so we're quitting our homestead. It was hard. You know? Absolute Westaboo. Yes.
So he was a detective?
And now he is a patrolman.
Patrolman, okay.
Because he got fired after the SL9 incident.
Or demoted or whatever, yeah.
Am I getting those numbers wrong? DL6,
DL6,
SL9?
SL9.
Yeah.
This one seems like trouble.
Cowaboo. I like Cowaboo. He's a cowaboo. Oh, shit. That's great. This one seems like trouble. Yeah, well.
Okay, Mr. Wright. He's all yours.
Only learned his ways through movies and fucking fiction. Cross-examination.
Day of the crime.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Uh-huh. Now tell me, Pilgrim, how exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved into the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who inherited the recordings. Interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
Oh my god, he's putting an old bag
Manually erased, huh?
If nothing unusual is recorded, the tapes are to be erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but he isn't gonna do him any good. Huh. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
Oh.
They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Yeah? What is your style? Under the fucking desk with a jug of moonshine?
Sounds pretty cozy to me.
All right there. What did he call him? Hombre? Now listen up here. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you, that ain't my style. Uh-huh. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets the rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime?
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in that evidence room that day.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Haven't been to that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. All right there, bucko. You used to be a detective. So, you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in my day, my evidence locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines.
Is this a new system?
I couldn't even tell you how a back works. But you know what it is, though. But you know what it is. That's quite incredible. What if I called it a penny farthing? Would you understand? Your Honor, can we prove that he understands how a penny farthing works?
How big of a wheel are we talking about here?
The huge one. Goofy, stupid big.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Oh, if you just hand on your locker and you never try to open anyone else's, Edgeworth says you could theoretically go your whole time and not even know that it's detecting your fingerprint.
Wow.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is irrelevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
Au contraire, Judge. Or Udgy. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went. See, the problem was translating what the fuck that means. What do you? You're at the bento stand. Were you? Hey, amigo. What were you doing at a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. They call it spaghetti. Them Italians. Them Italians call it spaghetti. Not even angel steak lunches can beat that parlor's vongole sepia pasta.
Is that like black ink? Squid ink or something? Black ink pasta or something? I'm guessing.
I mean, you have the language and culinary advantage here.
I'm not sure.
I'm relying on you.
I have no idea. I'm just guessing here. Anyway, do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Noodles specifically in Japanifornia.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
Why wasn't I invited? Why didn't you bring me some?
Oh no, it's clam pasta.
Ah,
Never mind.
that's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says. Did you not want a raise? Did you not want a raise this year? It's time I hit the trail. Listen here, you fucking wino! Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west to the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
I will carry you into the sunset, all right. Get the fuck out of Dodge, Saka. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Lone Star. Apparently your superiors don't. Is that how it works? Texans don't listen?
Never.
Is that a fact?
Don't tread on me.
Or the snake with the ball gag in its mouth. Tread on me, daddy, ooh woo.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. To use a poker term. Good job, Phoenix. You're playing it cool in your head. Soon they'll all know how cool you're being. Just keep using those poker analogies, and everyone's gonna totally dig it. My job was to keep a wary eye on that old bone orchard. Said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. Just an innocent traveling man. Okay, so we're not gonna play the big guns just yet, then. Gotta know when to hold them. So let's see. Where's the soft blow up here? 3 times a day. Let's see. I mean, they did say saving it, but that could apply technically to the... You say you didn't, but yet here you are. Alright, let me check the press one more time. Alright, your job, you failed at it. You're making a declarative statement here. and then here's your alibi. And that's flavor. So it's the alibi or the declarative. Can I disprove the alibi? I don't know that I did. Let's
Fancy
see.
investigative analysis you got going there.
Yeah. Cheers. Just breaking it down for what it is. Joe Dark.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Closed. Joe Dark. Crime. Serial murder. Sentence. Death. 6 victims.
Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall.
Neil? Marshall? Uh-oh.
Motherfucker, were you close to the case and didn't recuse yourself and got an innocent person killed? Oh.
Wait, what?
Neil Marshall.
Yeah?
He's not Neil.
No, he's Jake.
So this is another person with the same last name.
Yeah.
So I'm going, was someone related to him killed by Joe Dark?
Yes.
And he
yes.
worked the case, but he didn't pull himself away from it because why would you? Because you're trying to get revenge.
Yeah.
And in his quest for revenge, he got an innocent person killed because the end result of that case was the wrong person died and then everyone got fired and broken up. No? Maybe. I mean, I'm hypothesizing, but...
I don't know.
Okay.
Because they said the one person got executed. I don't think Neil Marshall is that person.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? You're saying that...
We know, before opening this file, that he used to work as a cop on a case where someone was wrongfully executed, and that fake evidence being presented was par for the course with how they rolled, and then as a result, everyone got fired except for Goodman.
Okay, and that was not SL9?
Okay, hold on. Let me recap, because yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm mistaken there. They were working, and sorry, I'm confused because my train of thought was simply that this is SL9.
Yes.
Joe Dark killings.
Yes.
Where the wrong thing they did resulted in him getting fired and placed, and he's now a patrolman. Him and Angel Starr are no longer cops because of the fact that someone was innocently killed on that case. No?
Okay, I thought what she was saying was, like, Angel was saying, I hate prosecutors because they convicted someone and got someone executed.
Yeah.
Because of tempered evidence.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was SL9.
Yeah.
And
that you're correct. I'm just saying that what this teaches us, maybe, is that, because we don't know how much they had to do with the tampered evidence.
Yeah.
And we don't know who did it or what, but we do know that everyone except for one guy got fired.
Okay.
And that's the current dead guy.
Okay.
Right? So, but either way, wrongful execution, and they all, they all lost their jobs. And now there's bitterness towards prosecution from Angel Starr as one of the people who lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a special relationship.
Yeah.
Because we've learned about that.
Uh-huh.
So all I'm saying is SL9, Joe Dark, if we're looking at the list of victims and we're seeing someone with this last name, that might be someone related to him.
Yes, absolutely.
Which then means that he worked as a cop
on the case
with someone related to him as a victim. Joe Dark killed Neil Marshall, whoever that is.
Okay.
And then the wrong person was killed, as it was executed legally, right?
Okay, and would that be Joe Dark?
That's not relevant.
Not relevant. Okay.
That's not relevant. The only point is that we're looking at a file that says someone possibly related to him was a victim in this case, so he might have worked on it with a personal angle.
And he's conflicted, or
and whatever that results in,
conflict of interest.
The wrong person died.
Okay.
So if I'm just going, oh shit, a name of a relative means
that could be a thing.
You might have had reason to go harder on that case, or the fuck up of the wrong person dying could have been a result of you going at a personal angle on this.
Okay.
But we don't know.
Yeah.
It just ties you to the case harder than anything else up until now.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know about the implication of like Neil wrongfully dying.
That's not what I said.
No, I got. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I said what I was saying was that like, if Marshall worked the case and someone that was a relative of his was killed by Joe Dark, whoever that is, he might have.
Yeah, he's involved in it.
He might have pushed for an innocent person to be convicted guilty out of revenge because someone that he's related to died.
Yeah, okay.
And so I just said like, oh, he didn't recuse himself, which, I mean, no one does. I mean, I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, he might have been part of the reason why someone was wrongfully convicted because he was after revenge.
Okay,
you know?
I see.
If his brother was like, that's it. So.
And what about the other pages?
Yes. So no, I just backed out to clear that up.
And then
trial data: head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witness Lana Skye, Emma Skye. Both sisters were witnesses. That's why she freaked out and ran away. Investigation Task Force, executive investigators Damon Gant and Lana, witness and investigator. Head investigator Bruce Goodman, and then Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Legal name. Legal name. Damn.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Well, his name is in it.
The weirdest part is that the sisters are witnesses to it. So it's like another case where, like, part of those some of those murders were happening in front of the fucking DA, you know? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, that's not what we needed right now, but that is relevant. Lamp lights up. He says he didn't know. Scene of the stabbing. Chief of police. Yes. Only Gant can hold that. That's going to be relevant later. Handprints. ID card. One is the cameras, the other is the ID card. The third is the handprints, but he rejects that when you press it.
He doesn't know how it works.
Okay. So then his alibi. Okay. Yeah. There's nothing weaker connecting him.
Blood, blood, blood.
And we can't dust for prints on another object, so that would be one of those drag this into that point and click moments. Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens if we play it. Does Phoenix just disagree? Let's see. Systems on it. Huh. You could slam this one with it. Okay. Let's just hit it then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. I'm looking for something that's a bit more, of a build-up, as he mentioned, but I'm not really seeing it. Well, I'm guessing Phoenix might go hold on, not yet, you know? Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Sure, it's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, I make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Now hold on there, partner. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Oh, this is nonsense. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime scene?
Blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly reveals this. Well, Officer Marshall? The music isn't getting excited. Uh-oh. What's happening? Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall.
About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
Expound. Witness's testimony.
Blood-stained fingerprints.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place, at that blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
Oh, wow.
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it.
The witness's explanation appears valid.
You would say that.
Although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Doubt does make life fun.
Such a philosopher.
I can't. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. I get to play with people's lives. Now's my chance to prove it.
Get in there, Phoenix.
Cross-examination.
Bloodstained fingerprints.
Like I said, it's only natural for my... Hold it! That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. And one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, hang yourself even further, bro. I mean what I said, and I said what I means. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. I didn't even tell you which one, and you're coming out with all this information, Marshall. All that's there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. I tell you what. Apparently his fingerprints data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint locker all this time without knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record.
Found a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped.
Co-winky-dink. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. Sweet! Ain't that a crocker? So then what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. Ain't no mystery.
Please explain.
The locker's covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker. Well, my fingerprint was by chance. Yeah. Okay. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Yeah. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast and the other's a type of murder.
I think your Siri thing activated. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Did you hear something? Okay. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Yeah. How do you know that? Why do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
There was a bloodstain on the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. Oh, this fucker's cooked.
Yeah, you think so? However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. Get the jacket, test the blood. We out here. It's that simple.
Yeah. So that would mean...
Unless a tall, blinking motherfucker shows up and says that there ain't no jacket, or hands it to us, one of the two, right?
The murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. You starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? The seal of blood in the desert. It's just food for the buzzards. When the last light warms the rocks and the rattlesnakes unfold, mountain cats will come and claim your bones. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't there, you can't say otherwise. Or could you?
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Oh, you piece of shit. You are yucking it up. You're bucking it up, even. Okay. I see. I'm just a little heifer, huh? Out for a little easy ride. I see.
Jolly jumper.
What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, ain't that right, partner? I don't not want to tie you to it. If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Oh yeah? But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
It's not speculation, Mile. It's literally on camera.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Gladly, easily, and freely. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Yay! I missed this.
The worms! The worms! The need to kill! The need to kill!
Officer down! Officer down!
Yeah. Officer involved stabbing. Motherfucker, bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
I don't like your tone, compadre.
The fuck you going with this? Buffalo Bill. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. And you know what, Phoenix? I'm your Huckleberry. You ever see Tombstone? Can I drop a Tombstone reference?
Damn.
Can we go? Are we too old for a Tombstone reference on WoolieVersus?
On the edge.
I'm your Huckleberry. Damn, son. Why, you look like you've seen a ghost. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. Ooh. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe.
I pointed it out first. Now then, let's rewind to the video a bit.
Going backward.
See, but this is not the super excited theme. This is just the like, aw shit. But we're on level 1 of escalation.
Oh! The white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, The white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Order! It would seem that...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man.
What? How?
So what if my locker was open? That don't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and he stuck it in. Not my fault he happened to choose mine. Please tell me that shock is...
Judge? No, nothing?
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
Okay, you feel the gaze, Marshall.
Oh, Marshall and Star deserve each other. I mean, these are truly star-crossed lovers.
Oh my God.
With 2 R's. Right? My God, do you deserve each other.
What a dum-dum.
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. On God. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. No cap, I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it.
What? You call a bluff with 7 high? On a board that's already a flush and you don't have the suit? Come on, Marshall.
Cap! A finger. I said. A fingerprint sensor. Well, I do declare I ain't ever heard of none what nut. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What in darn it? What kind? Oh shucks. Well, I swear to God, Now, hold on now. Just you wait a goddamn minute. What kind of... Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people out on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks. Bro, what do you have to say? In 8 words or less?
Oh my God.
Oh! I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! It's high noon.
Order! Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall.
Yeah, you better get it.
No matter how many hours of Red Dead Redemption you have. That man's from Vermont. He's from Burlington, and he has like 400 hours on RDR. That's about it, Your Honor. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Let's do wait now.
Olay. What? Please answer the question. What? Judge?
What the fuck? What the fuck are we doing?
Judge, what?
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here.
We can?
Hey, Judge. Shh.
Huh?
After this, you down for tacos?
I do like some tacos.
Queso?
Yeah, with that,
With the good salsa.
Yes, with the good salsa, sour cream, and lettuce, and hard-shell tacos, just like at Old El Paso.
On me.
Traditional tacos.
In the little wavy thing that holds
American tacos.
Yes, the little wavy thing that holds 3 at a time, just like they originally made.
Yes.
Right? Straight from the motherland.
America.
Mm-hmm. Have a look at these floor plans. Do you remember when your abuela served up the tacos with a little fancy metal wavy thing? Do you remember, Judge?
Ah, good times. Angel Star should take notes.
There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Officer Marshall was standing right here.
So Officer Meekins did not notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory.
Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. He's... What? Now they're ganging up on me.
Perhaps you should think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
Sorry, what did I misunderstand here? Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be... Well, then let's hear it. Are you saying he was around the corner?
So the locker is in the corner?
But, okay,
And
this is Marshall dressed up as Goodman.
no, because Marshall was at the locker and Meekin arrives, and then he sees Marshall at the locker.
Yes.
And then Marshall does Cammy's old EX cannon spike to get out of the corner, and Meekins ends up in the corner after, and then he walks out.
Yeah, like we see him go up to the... Oh, okay. Yes, no, it's true. The locker that he opens is over here, and then Meekins corners him.
Yeah.
They struggle, and then Meekins
Side
ends up on
switch.
the wall. Yes, okay, so killer and victim is what messed me up here, because I just clicked on killer as this is the dot. So why are these icons here? Is this because of like the final state? Is this supposed to say that like he was against the wall?
Well, if they say this was supposed to be Goodman...
Oh,
Goodman is the
right.
victim?
Yes. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Meekins is on trial for murder. The victim is supposed to be Goodman. Therefore, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. We're still playing that game.
Yes.
Even though, right.
Yeah, even though you know way more.
And it's completely impractical.
The judge is like, what are you talking about?
Yes. Sorry, I was
Goodman was the killer?
I was erroneously operating on the next move. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There, but that's...
Because, I mean, the one who actually attempted to murder somebody was the fucker who came at him and,
Yeah.
like...
No, logical. It makes sense. That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
No. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman.
Huh?
I believe the victim in this officer in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the scene of the crime.
What would Edgeworth be thinking right now? Because he's just trying to get Lana in jail. And she's confessing to it. So, for him, he just needs to prove that Goodman died in the garage. So all of this needs to just not result in a body.
Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. Huh? As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got quite the imagination, partner. We got a term for that.
It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. A true detective.
Seeing stars and galaxies and shit. The fuck you know about that there, Mr. Defense Attorney? You ever corner a yellow king in a cave while high on ayahuasca?
Phoenix like, Judge, can you do something about this?
Your Honor, once again, this Burlingtonian has watched season 1 of True Detective. We have no evidence to his cowboy prowess whatsoever.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Also, stop talking shit about my beard.
I mean, it's about time. I didn't call out the fact that it smelled like fucking.
I got new acids to smell now. All right?
It smelled like karma balls.
Once
is what
karma's
it
gone.
Smelled like karma, your beard.
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Yeah. And Edgeworth is just chilling. Yeah, he's like, what are you gonna do, Nick?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Huh?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics.
That's a Mia Fey shit.
That's a Mia Fey. Yeah, it is. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
Literally. outside the box with the jacket in it. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Okay, but like this is getting so like goofy because we're all referring to it as the time of the crime, but the crime in question is his own murder. You know?
His own murder.
Yeah. So like we already know that like we're basically like playing along while actively aware of the fact that like the entire crime has been called into question aggressively, you know? He opened, like, after his own murder, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason, you know?
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. And no one else can get it out except for him. So it couldn't be used if he didn't want it to be.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.